Everyone. Just wanted to talk about a couple things really quick here. Number one is that there's probably going to be an issue with day 60. Um, Sorry, that's my security camera going. Startled me. Um, my new second VCR had come, and I plugged it in. I put in the day-by-day tape because it was going to be the computer's VCR, so I don't have to unplug everything. And it tried to eat the tape. I did manage to get it out, but not before it crinkled stuff, not before it caused a rip in the film. Thankfully, I was able to use some Scotch tape to fix that. But I've done that in the past. It does make the tracking kind of wonky, but at least the tape will still work. So I'm pretty sure it's day 60 that it's going to be on, since it was stopped at 3:59 at the end of 59. So yeah, that's probably going to be a problem. Might have lucked out and it ended up on day 59, because I do tend to rewind the tape after I'm done with it. That way, because my computer, it takes a sec for it to hit record. The other, I'm going to do like a bad news sandwich. So we're going to put the good news in the middle here. So I, of course, have been losing weight. My scale had actually given me a number a couple weeks ago. I'm like, that ain't right. No. Then I stepped on the scale, and it was actually the same number that it was today. So, which was 180.4. The number it had given me a couple weeks ago was 179, and then it was 180.4 once I took a shower, and I was wet. So, we're getting there, and I did touring on Saturday, and it was supposed to rain, and the dress I have that fits me now is very long, and I didn't want to get it all muddy and everything with the rain, so I was going to wear my shorts, which are a bit big. I'm going to have to get a new pair here soon. The 18s no longer fit me, or fit me well, and I was trying to find a shirt to go with it, and I'm like, just for shits and giggles, let's go into the part of my closet I haven't touched in about 10 years. And these are clothes that I wore for professional clothes when I worked at a library between 2011 and 2013. And I had to walk to that job. Either I had to walk or bike. There was no bus route there. And I probably walked 20, 30 minutes each direction. So I was getting the walking exercise in then. And but I tried on those clothes, and if my guesstimate is right, I'm about 10 pounds away of backing into an old wardrobe, which I mean I'm kind of happy about, because some of the stuff that's in there is kind of classic kind of stuff that hasn't gone out of style, or it's coming back into style, so it works fine. So I'm kind of excited about that. Now for the bad news. I thought I had what was supposed to be an allergy appointment today. Apparently my doctor had put in 2 separate referrals. I only knew about the allergy one for some reason, which I guess I'd still need to schedule. Long story short, the last time I had used chemical sunscreen, I had gotten a rash across here. Then the one time I had filled our chemical bottles at work for cleaning, with those spray bottles, you almost have to let it overflow onto your hand practically to get the bottle completely full. So I'd done this with the glass cleaner and the regular cleaner. And I got an eczema-like reaction all over this hand, like within 15 minutes. And it was itchy and it was bumpy. I thought I had eczema because I showed it to somebody on Sunday, so a few days later, and they're like, yeah, that looks like eczema. And I'm like, shoot. It was an eczema, but that happening, the fact that I'm having difficulty with Woolite now making my skin itchy, to the fact that I basically can't use it anymore. I can use it on my pants, but I can't use it on any shirts. I switched to Tide Free and Clear for bedding a long time ago. So it's not the first time I've had something act up with my skin. But now we're gonna go into the cause. But anyway, turns out this appointment was for possible iron deficiency due to the fact that I had the blood clot, 2 of them, and the fact that the medicine that we think caused the blood clot helps with one thing, and that one thing can be a problem with iron deficiency, in addition to the fact that I'm taking anticoagulant, which makes female stuff worse. Anyway, long story short, we did blood testing. The numbers had gone out throughout the afternoon. I hadn't received a call. And at about 8:45 my time, so about 30 minutes ago, I got the thing from our health app saying, your results. There's like a new doctor's note in there. And it went in there, and it iron deficiency anemia. I've only had this one other time, and that's when I had my kidney stone at the end of 2023. And I had to have 2 iron infusions at the end of the year because of that. I remember one was right before Christmas because I was watching Christmas YouTube videos on my phone while that was going through. So depending on what my insurance covers, I have to take between 2 and 5 iron infusions, depending on which iron infusion thing gets covered. So that's going to be fun for me. Not really, but... And I had wanted to go swimming tonight, but it turns out because of a fall sports thing that it was canceled. I actually got it after I would have been heading out, but with the air quality alert around here because of the Canadian wildfires, I hadn't been prepared to go, and girl stuff. But yeah, basically, in some ways my body is cooperating, and in other ways it's being a jerk. Same with technology. In some ways it's cooperating, and in some ways it's being a jerk. Yeah, I finally caved, and I got a PC tune-up thing, and it was able to delete like 3.2 gigabytes of useless crap. I'm debating spending the money to have the drivers updated, so we'll see how this goes. But yeah, that's kind of an update. And sorry I don't have better news for you guys. I did order another VCR off of the Goodwill website, and it's being shipped from Columbus, Ohio. So hopefully when it gets here, it'll work. I mean, it showed that it turns on, but hopefully it doesn't cause any problems, because the other one, the sender does not accept returns. So yeah, that's it for me. I am exhausted, probably because of being anemic again. So I'm gonna bug Alani. She's over here in the stroller. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see her because my light we're having issues with, but Nani, hi, Bean. Oh, you're so pretty. Yeah, we'll get you fed. So yeah, that's it. I'm sorry I went all rambly, but I will see you guys soon.